I've been seeing a post on Twitter and it said, when did you realize that your supposed friend hated you? Ooh, I'll go first, baby, because this is for me. So I was homeless at the time and I was living with my best friend and her family. So she had just got her own apartment. So I'm thinking like, yeah, like I'm in there. Like I don't got to worry about her mom talking shit to me no more because her mom literally used to talk shit to me every day. I used to go to work just to hand her mom my money. So I was broke. I didn't have nothing for myself. I was paying bills in a place where I slept on the floor. So all of that should have made sense, right? But I still loved my best friend. So once she got her own place, I'm thinking I can be over there instead of being at her mama house. She started having me over there. Cool. One day I came home from work. When I tell you, like, I was starving because I didn't have no money. I had to give her mom my last. I didn't have no money because I had to use the money for the bus to get to work. So, I mean, I didn't have nothing in my stomach. I think I worked like a 10-hour shift that day. I actually walked into her house and she was cooking, her and her sister. So I'm like, oh, cool. Because I'm starving. Like, I can literally hear my stomach. All of a sudden, they got done cooking and they dished out 2 plates for themselves and then the food was gone. But I'm staring at them like, so you didn't make anything for me? Like, like, this is my best friend. So I'm like, why do we have beef right now? I just got off of work. Nothing happened prior. Now all of a sudden you're treating me like I'm just not shit. She lived in a high rise. So they sat on the floor because she didn't have no furniture yet. She just moved in. So they sat on the floor. And I remember the meal that they had. They had steak bites and mashed potatoes. Because, baby, she could fuck up some steak bites and mashed potatoes. So I remember that shit like I told you, I was hungry. So as they're eating their meal, I look in the door where because you could literally see yourself. And they're eating laughing at me. They're literally sitting there taking a bite and I never felt so stupid in my entire fucking life. I never felt so stupid. Like, just to know that your best friends would starve you when you didn't do a damn thing to them. That's when I realized some people just don't have your best interest. It doesn't matter if they're a friend, if they're a family member. Some people just don't have your best interest. And you have to realize that the minute they show you.
Child, I am so tired of women being weird to me. Especially the ones I consider to be a friend. Like, if you don't like me, just say that. Anyways, quick little story time. I met this girl through a mutual friend some years ago. Like, we got to know each other, kicked it, and she was cool. September 2022, we ended up coming out to Houston for my birthday. She met my other friends and she met my cousin. And then the guy I was talking to at the time, he came out on my actual birthday just to pay for everything. And I remember her asking, like, dang, like, how you get somebody to pay for stuff and buy you stuff and all that? It's just like, pretty privileged. You either got it or you don't. Like, and that was something that she would always ask, no matter where it was at or what trip it was on. So just keep that in mind. So moving forward, it was December 2023. We came back out to Houston to kick it. This was prior to me actually moving here. And I remember we were at brunch. And I was asking her about a boomerang that she took of me at dinner the night prior. And I'm just like, oh, like, you said it's on your story, but I don't see it. Like, can you just send it to me? She's like, what do you mean you can't see it on my story? I'm like, I don't see anything that you posted. Now, mind you, for months, I'm just like, dang, she been off social media. I haven't seen her post anything. The girl had hid her IG story from me. Very weird. And I was just like, I think you hid your story from me. She's like, oh my God, that must have been an accident. Like, I don't know how that happened. That did happen to, like, one of my other friends, too. And I'm just like, okay, you're weird. But I was just like, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Just maybe it was an accident. Whatever. Fast forward to 2024. We didn't hang out because I moved away from Florida and I moved to Houston. She was just like, I'm going to come to Houston and visit, da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if she did or didn't, but 2024 was such a busy year for me. Fast forward to January of 2025. She reaches out to me. She's like, hey, like, I'm going to be there next month. Valentine's Day weekend. Like, let me know if you're free. I would love to see you. I'm just like, oh, I'll be here. Just let me know when you get here. So she gets here that Friday. She texts me like, hey, like, I'm in the city. Let me know which day works best for you. I'm like, Sunday is going to be the best day for me. She's like, cool, let's do Sunday fun day. I said, okay, that's perfect. She heart the message. Sunday comes and she ghosts me. I ain't hear from the girl at all. She left Houston and went on about her life. And I was just like, okay, like, you did all that just to ghost me. That was weird. Cool. So I would say maybe a month ago, she texted me. Was like, hey girl, hope all is well. I just want to pick your brain about something. And I'm not gonna hold you. I felt the way about her ghosting me the last time she was here and never reaching out, like telling me what happened. So I just didn't text her back, because why would I? So Memorial weekend just passed, right? Me and my little boo, we go out to eat on that Sunday. Mind y'all, Houston is big, and the restaurant we went to was not a Houston staple. It was just a regular old restaurant. Why did I walk in this restaurant and that girl is she's sitting in the restaurant pretty much right across from me? Cool, I don't say anything, like, I'm like, whatever. So she's with a girl, and then two dudes come. The two dudes that came and sat with her are two dudes that live in my building, and one of them I'm cool with. So he came over to speak to me, shook my hand or whatever, and then went on about his business. So she knew I was over there. So something just told me, like, let me check her story. I go to her story, nothing. Like, I can't see anything. I go to my business page, IG, and go to her page. She has a story up. I said, so she came to Houston, heard her story, and then she's not going to speak to me in this restaurant. Weird behavior, but you call yourself my friend? Like, child, I went and just deleted her from all the social media, because why are you being weird to me? And it makes me think back to the trip in 2023. Like, you didn't like me then. What were you hiding on your story? Like, women are so weird to me. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you really didn't want to be my friend, you could have just said that. I don't know, child.
Y'all tell me in the comments if I'm tripping or not, okay? So this girl had made a video and said, tell me when you realized that your friend never really liked you, didn't like you, okay? I'll go second. The first thing is when you catch them staring at you. I done caught this girl side-eyeing me many times while we're getting ready to go out together. While I'm doing my last touches on my hair and my makeup, and she just like. Another thing is anytime we will go out, and even if it's a group thing, and you know me, I like to look great when I go out. And then she'll have like slick comments and be like, Dajay got to do the most. Dajay got to do this and that. Another one is when it was time for this person, her, to take her pictures that I was going to help her with even after that. She was complaining like the whole time, talking about, oh, my picture's not going to look like yours. You just had to choose the best outfit. I'm just wondering if my picture's going to look like yours. I should have just bought the outfit that you had in a different color so everybody can look at me like they looked at you. Another one is when we were playing get-togethers and she would always cancel the time of the get-together, and then the next day I would see her out with another friend. Another one is when we have a lot of mutuals, so when we would hang out in groups, and I guess I wouldn't know about the setting until I guess after it happened. I'm like, damn, why nobody tell me that? And they would be like, well, we told her to tell you, and then she'll never like tell me. Like she stopped like telling me to come or inviting me, basically. That's when I knew, like, okay, I been knew like shit was just adding up. This is the kicker right here, though. Y'all, it's my birthday, right? Hold on. I talked about my birthday for a long time. Take in mind, we always on the phone. We always texting. You know when my birthday is. Tell me why this girl did not tell me happy birthday. Tell me why she even called me on the day and still didn't tell me happy birthday. To talk about a boy. She called me on the day to talk about a boy. And then the person I was with made me realize, he was like, she been calling you all day? Have she even told you happy birthday? Then I realized, I was like, this bitch ain't even told me happy birthday. And then when I confronted her about it, she claimed she forgot. But before I confronted her about it or said something about it, take in mind, it was somebody else. It was 3 other people's birthday after mine. She posted them happy birthdays and everything. They got a whole collage and everything. Take in mind, when the last time you seen these girls? It's been a while. Me and you always see each other. We always around each other. How do you know their birthday you barely talk to them? That was the last strike for me, y'all. That was it for me. That hoe got the boot. But it's a little bit more stuff. But that's just a couple of things when I realized that she was a hating ass bitch.
Having friends that are jealous of you is a very, very dangerous scenario. I have a story for you guys. So this story happened a couple of years ago. I'd been living in a fairly small town just outside of London. I was new to the area, but I'd made a couple friends with some of the local girls and some of the guys at the university. And I quickly formed a bond with this one girl in particular, and we kind of had like a group of 3 of us. But the story's about this one girl. So we would, hang out, we'd go partying together, all was good. And I had just started out my modelling career, and I was doing okay. Like, I was doing all right, I was getting paid, I was still studying at this time from what I remember. And, it was just all good vibes. And one night we decided to go watch Black Panther together. After watching the movie, I felt really, really sick. Like, my belly was just doing a madness. So I run to the bathroom, do my thing, come out, and my friend's just laughing like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, I'm in pain, and I'm like, you know what? I can't come out with you anymore. I need to go home. Start heading home, and boom, then it hits me. I have to start legging it down the road. Legging it. I live about like 20-minute walk, so it takes me about 10 minutes to run home, get through the door, and literally, like, thank God I was in my house, because it was a madness. That's all I'm going to say. It was a madness. I was so confused for ages, and I couldn't figure out what had gone on. I told my friend about it, and it was just random because I'd eaten normal food. We'd both gone to McDonald's and had the same snack, the same meal, and I just didn't get it. Couple months later, the 3rd girl in our friendship group told me that this girl had actually poisoned me with laxatives on purpose because she was jealous of my modelling, and she was jealous because I had formed a friendship with one of the boys that she fancied. Bear in mind, there was nothing between me and this guy, but she liked this guy even though she pretended she didn't like him. And this girl poisoned me in the cinema. The moral of the story is watch who your friends are. They're not lying when they say that your friends can be your worst enemies, because they really can. And I have lots more stories for you guys. Anytime you're around other women who get really jealous of other women, watch out. Be very careful. Be very, very wary of these kind of women, because they're dangerous.
People can be jealous and envious of you in ways you don't even realize. So years ago, when I was pregnant with my baby son, it was the day of my baby shower, and I had invited my homegirl Cece, who was bringing a +1 who we'll call Abigail. So while Cece and Abigail are on the way to the baby shower, one of Abigail's homegirls called her like, my car just broke down, can you come pick me up? So Cece and Abigail go and stop and get this girl who we'll call Portia. So I knew of Portia. Portia was one of these people that kind of just started showing up in the hood. She was a girl from like the suburbs, country area, and she started talking to a very popular hood guy. And so by the time we was in our late